Whoa, every movie has random trivia! And here at Trivial Theater, I explore some of these movies and the random things that make them the weird creations that we love. God damn it, put me down. This is A*P*E, known simply as Ape. South Korea's answer to King Kong starts on a cargo ship, where the crew assume that their live cargo will stay tranked for the rest of the journey.
I sure hope the gas that put him out lasts that long.
They say he should be out for, another 5 days or so.
Well, you know what happens when you assume. A giant ape hand bursts through the deck and the ship blows up in spectacular fashion. After a model city is recklessly destroyed, and we learn that fursuits are apparently flame-resistant, we're introduced to an American actress and the reporter that's bound and determined to get into her pants. We also meet a military commander who's more interested in bumming smokes than investigating reports of massive-ass footprints littering the coast and the untold dead left in their wake. We are repeatedly reminded that this is not King Kong.
That thing.
King Kong?
Whatever.
Ask him if his name is King Kong.
But my bigger question is, how the fuck does a 36-foot ape sneak up on so many people? It happened over and over again. Did people in the 70s walk around with blinders on? Getting back to the love triangle, it comes down to this actress, the creepy reporter, and the 36-foot ape. That's right, like every other incarnation of King Kong, even though this isn't King Kong, he has a weak spot for the ladies. A truer version of Beauty and the Beast you'll never find. Every time she comes around, he becomes doe-eyed. Or at least as doe-eyed as an ape mask can really get. The romantic music swells, and she screams bloody murder. She's able to escape, and he literally tears Soul apart trying to find her. Now that right there is real love. The military commander finally decides this rampage must come to an end. After all, an actress has been taken and something must be done. Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. After a 5-minute montage of military vehicles that cycle over and over, we find Ape defending himself with rocks that explode on impact. That's probably a useful skill, but it isn't enough, and the inevitable happens, striking A*P*E. He's shot with what I can only assume is every bullet and rocket from the Asian continent. He goes down in an overly long scene that's eerily similar to Yongari, South Korea's version of Godzilla. Coincidence or a common trend? We're treated to final thoughts about the frailty of life.
It's just too big for a small world like ours.
And that's kind of that. So as mentioned on the poster, and several times in the movie, this isn't King Kong, which did come out in 1933, 1976, and 2005 amongst others. And even though this isn't King Kong, the filmmakers hope to cash in on Dino De Laurentiis' 1976 version of the giant monkey movie, which came out the same year. The plot follows King Kong damn near beat for beat, picking up mid-action after the ape's capture. Now you may ask what makes apes stand apart from King Kong. Well, King Kong has been done in stop motion, animatronics, and motion capture. But I'm not sure anyone ever did the entire movie as just a dude in a cheap ape suit. Honestly, the ape used in Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny looks more legit, and they were made in the same decade. I was really sad to see the movie poster give away so many important plot points in the first act. Let's check them off. Demolish an ocean liner. Well, it exploded, so I guess credit could be given there. Defy the jaws of a giant shark. More like a limp tuna. Destroy a teeming city. Define teeming. And city. But they have it right with destroy. Vanquish the monster reptile. Oh come on, he was just playing around with his snake. The guy in the ape suit did have some great moves. I wonder if they were practiced or if he came up with them on the spot. And I have to tell you, the special effects and models in this movie, they are amazing, precise in detail, and incredibly flammable. By the way, I think this puppet might be trying to steal my soul. The parts of this movie that fall down the most are the parts we should in theory care the most about. The American military plot feels thrown in to fill time, and our lead couple has about as much chemistry as a bag of hammers. I do get it, ultimately this is a kaiju movie, and everything should really be built around that. The rest is either window dressing, sexual deviance, or outright morons. Having said all that, the overall movie was actually very fun, and it's ranked in the official Razzie Movie Guide as a good bad movie that you should seek out. It does have a fair amount of charm, with the exception of the slightly rapey subplot that hasn't and shouldn't age well. Special thanks to Kurt from Twitter for the recommendation. Man, that movie was a hell of a trip. So what do you think? Any suggestions for movies? Trivial questions? Comments, ratings, and any ideas as to how to escape a giant ape hand would be appreciated. Thank you for watching!